2 bogeys coming in 4 high. The Messerschmitt's coming fast.
Whoa, man, about 7 low.
I'm on him. 2 of them, 3 high. Keep your eyes open. 7 low. Coming like a solo pitch. I got him. I got him!
Something wonderful is here to tempt you at breakfast.
Temptations.
Kellogg's Honey Roasted Pecan Temptations cereal.
Temptations.
Roasted pecans, luscious golden honey, crisp, crunchy oven-baked flakes of corn.
Temptations.
Kellogg's Temptations cereal. Irresistibly delicious honey roasted pecan.
Temptations.
And low-fat French vanilla almond too.
I was never able to find a bra that fit my small chest. Every bra gave me gaps, so I designed a bra that finally fits AA to B cups perfectly. No more cup gaps or looking 2 sizes bigger. Meet Pepper. Find your perfect fit at wearpepper.com.
Most of us don't keep kosher.
When you decide to step up to this kind of power, this kind of challenge, this kind of flying, crashing feeling, when you decide to get serious, there's only one place to come: the games of Super Nintendo. No one else creates this kind of experience, because no one else creates these kinds of games. Now you're playing with power, superpower.
Remember, in the whole world, there's nobody like you. You're special. Oh, special? That's right. You are.
Hey, everybody!
What's your name? Seabiscuit. What's yours?
One of Road and Track's 10 best values in the world. One of Car and Driver's 10 best cars. And the world's best-selling car. Along with all their acclaim, these cars share the nameplate of America's most successful car company, Ford.
Winning the world over. Have you been behind the wheel? Winning the world over. Have you driven a Ford lately?
The boy who cried wolf.
Help! My Isuzu Trooper's stuck in the mud! Ha ha! My Trooper has 4-wheel drive and a powerful engine, so it won't get stuck. Help! I can't fit all this firewood in my Trooper. Ha ha! It can carry all this and 5 adults. Help! Whoa! I'll never lie again. I'll never lie again. Help! Whoa!
Now you could save up to $1,000 on the Versatile Trooper during Isuzu's 75th birthday blowout.
How would they find out?
Maybe they already know. The question is it worth it? Is this cassette worth risking everything?
I'll tell you when I find out what's on it. Now just tell me who I can talk to about breaking that code.
Watch Zelda become a legend on your Nintendo Entertainment System. Zelda! Which way to go? Good time. Pee hand. Lever. Zelda. 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 The Legend of Zelda. A never-ending adventure new for your Nintendo Entertainment System. Zelda!
Whoopsie. Guess I made a teensy miscalculation.
When you have a sore in your mouth, you just gotta put your tongue against it so you know it hurts, man. Or when you have a container of milk that you know has gone sour, You just gotta smell it before you throw it away.
I can't wait either.
Look at there.
Good night.
Hey, Pally, why the long face?
You know that crap ID you just sold me? I want my $10 back.
Those lousy bumps threw you out? Hey, helicopter race to the Grand Canyon. See it the way God does.
They tossed me.
Oops. Yeah. Damn it, don't they realize what it's like to be a boy on the town when he's in love?
Just give me my $10 back.
Look, I'm not through with you yet, Bingo. All right? You're Nick Papagiorgio. You're from Yuma, Arizona. You're into software. Just stick your head in the hole and say Joey Heatherton.
Right here on the strip?
Smile, kid. You're in Vegas.
This is the gun a BCC student was allegedly showing off in a school bathroom. Those who saw it did the right thing and reported him, and the school was placed in a lockdown. Students sheltering in locked classrooms while responding police officers searched for the kid and the gun. He was eventually found off campus and grabbed by police. That's him on the curb. That gun turned out to be an airsoft gun, a realistic replica. That was just 1 week after a fight among students off campus ended with a gunshot. In the aftermath, rattled students telling us they want weapons detection systems in their school. And the head of the school boosters says even though some parents disagree, most want full-time police officers returned to high schools.
Coming up next, finally catching a break from climbing egg prices. The fast food giant now giving customers a taste of the good old days. And a major upgrade is headed to Amazon Alexa devices, the new technology that can help you knock out your to-do list.
They are waiting for the concert to begin.
Waiting is good for such riffraff.
Both the mantellas and poison arrow frogs do not produce the alkaloids that make them toxic themselves. Instead, they accumulate these chemicals into their skin from food they eat, such as ants and other small insects. The day-glow colors serve as a simple warning to predators. Danger. I'm poisonous. Potentially fatal for those that don't heed the warning.
So, how y'all doing? Let's see. What's in the news today?
Will you shut up?
Hey, I thought you never talked.
I didn't mean to. It just slipped out. Oh, God, now Penn's gonna beat me.
Folks, it's all part of the act.
No, it isn't. Don't leave me alone with him.
You've ruined the act. I'm gonna kill you.
He'll do it. I'm not the first teller.
Remember, Springfield, keep on swinging.
Hey, come here. I just want to talk to you. Come here. Come here.
Ooh, guys?
Ever since our voyage of love began, your touch has thrilled me like the rush of the wind. Your arms feel me safe on a rolling sea.
レスラーですから、はい。ずいぶん本当は体悪いんじゃないかと思う。はい。そういえばこの夏のオフの間にですね、僕取材さっきお話聞きましたら、はい。人間ドックに入ったそうです、滝野選手。そうですか。はい。そうしたら体悪いとこないんだけど、あなたは少し肥満ですって言われたそうです。そうですか。良かったですね、それは。レスラーですからね。はい。普通の人の身長体重でいくとやっぱり肥満に当たっちゃうのかもしれませんね。これはレスラー全員ですからね。これは仕方ないでしょうけどもね。まあ笑い話です。
San Diego's been held in 97. Franco has to feel very good about today. Yes, he does. Here's Eric Lane. Flag is down. And that will stop the clock with 1 minute and 9 seconds left to go in the ballgame. The ballgame has been decided. It really has. Seattle leading 31-10, so let's go to New York City.
More of our military is headed to the U.S.-Mexico border as the Pentagon says it wants to crack down on illegal immigration. A report from the Associated Press said the Pentagon announced 3,000 more active duty troops are headed to the country's southern border. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered several combat teams to be deployed as they plan to reinforce and expand border operations. This adds to the already 9,200 troops at the southern border.
Federal employees will be getting another email asking them to list their accomplishments from this week. It's another attempt from President Trump and Elon Musk to reduce the federal workforce. Some employees got the email on Friday, with more expected to be sent out this weekend. Many agencies told their employees not to respond to the first email, which was sent out last week. According to the White House, less than half of federal workers responded. In response to those who did not reply, Trump said, quote, they are on the bubble, unquote, of being fired. It's unclear how agencies will handle the second email.
Like a choo-choo train or cotton candy.
Wow! Hey, that one looks like a dinosaur.
It does when you use your imagination. And the best part about using your imagination is there are no rules and you can make up anything you want.
Like playing make-believe?
That's right.
Well, now that we have it, what do we do with it?
Well, Granny told us to use our imagination, so I'm going to imagine that it's the most beautiful house in the world.
That's the silliest idea I've ever heard. It's not a house, it's a pirate ship.
They really have the communication center buried somewhere, haven't they?
No, it's got to be around here someplace.
What's okay?
No, I'm lucky it didn't hit that nerve there, the what do you call it?
Radial nerve.
Yeah, that's it. Harris said it could have paralyzed my hand. I might have had to go home.
Looks like you got a real happy patient there.
Jake and Mimi are great at connecting with their audience.
Watching them just makes you feel good.
They know the information that I need for the day.
I trust them, and they're part of my family.
Q5 Mornings. Watch or stream free.
BK melts. Wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK melt season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
Hey, McFly! Thought I done told you never to come in.
Life with a rock and roller. 3 decades of gravitational people who cannot pronounce my name. Boris Kova. Motherhood.
Life can put lines on your face. Luckily, Maybelline can help keep them off. Maybelline Revitalizing Alpha Hydroxy Makeup. Flawless coverage with Alpha Hydroxy and SPF 10 to reduce the look of today's lines and fight off the appearance of tomorrow's. Maybelline Revitalizing Alpha Hydroxy Makeup. The more you wear it, the better you look.
And we're back home for the first time in almost a month to face the Vancouver Canucks. Seattle was down 3-2, but Ellie Tolvanen brings them back, getting the redirect goal to put the Kraken in front 4-3. Seattle gets another 2 to beat Vancouver 6-3.
In Arizona, the Mariners continued Cactus League play against the White Sox yesterday. Top 100 prospect Laz Monty got some of his second home run of spring training, but the Mariners lose to the White Sox 18-9 in Peoria.
Who's next, John?
Bob, is Lauren LeBeau. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Lauren LeBeau, I want you right there. That's fine. Now, we want to see the next item up for bids.
A new set of luggage. Amelia Earhart luggage, fashion and durability combined in a single suite collection, featuring richly quilted interiors and bumper guard bonding from Amelia Earhart.
Give me a bid, Lauren.
$300.
$300, Kathy.
$450.
$450. Now, Crystal bids.
$500.
$500, and Terry.
$451.
$451. Actual retail price, $505. The winner is Crystal.
Cold. I love that you said your whole personality is now barbecuing as we get deeper into spring on the horizon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love that. So many people are in your camp. I mean, it's just been so wonderful getting outside. I hope you loved it. We're really cooling things down. That's the biggest thing that you're going to notice. We'll be in the low 50s all week. Chance of showers today and tomorrow. We'll detail more on that. And who has the best possibility for wet weather coming up here in just a couple of minutes.
Coleslaw.
Right, kind of, yeah.
Okay. Once the cabbage is chopped, we add purple cabbage, carrots, onions, salt, and vinegar.
We use pineapple vinegar, but you can use like apple cider vinegar. The curtido cannot be so acidy. Okay. So we add same amount of water. We mix this and let it sit for, a day or two is fine. We just mix all the ingredients all together.
So you want it to cure a little bit.
Exactly.
I'll eat while you stir. For the filling, we grate some Washington grown zucchini and chop up some onion, tomato, and add some seasoning salt. Then let it sit for 10 minutes.
I pre-made this one, so you see how much water. So you squeeze
so
all
you
the...
discard the water.
Yeah, discard the water. Then you come and add all the cheese. And that's cotija cheese. So you mix everything, and this is what you get. And now we need to make the masa.
Okay.
Which is a corn flour. Make this kind of in your hand. Then you grab your filling, squeeze it into the masa, and then you close it. And then you flatten it.
So like a filled pancake.
Right, kind of. Yeah. We're going to cook this. And after that, we're going to taste them.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. After the pupusas cook, it's time for the big reveal. Show me how we eat these. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Oh, and we need some napkins. My turn. Okay, so we kind of open it up a little bit.
Yeah, then you did better than Anna.
Send a message. Ink wells are dry.
Been that way the better part of the week.
We, as New York women, we, as New Yorkers, demand pay equity. We demand that the Women's Equality Act get passed immediately in Albany.
We'll carve this place to pieces.
They can try, but that ain't happening.
After a 2-year wait, Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford are finally reunited in Season 2 of the Yellowstone prequel 1923. New episodes drop Sundays on Paramount+.
The Duttons have been in trouble from the very beginning. Season 2 begins to tighten the noose.
They are facing a very brutal winter and the real possibility of starvation.
Their on-screen nephew, It Ends With Us star Brandon Sklenar, is in a race against time to save the Dutton legacy.
Where are you heading?
Montana. Family needs me.
Is there a 1923 group chat?
There's no group chat. I can't say that Harrison's ever dropped in. Definitely showed up at a bar time or two. I don't remember any of that.
I don't remember a bar, no.
No. I was like, is that Helen?
She's in the corner, she's having a drink. Damn, that's awesome.
In honor of President's Day, your Nissan dealer is celebrating with dealer cash incentives up to $1,000 on roomy Stanza sedans, up to $1,000 on 4x4 Pathfinders, and up to $3,000 on 300 ZXs. So don't just stand there, because the Nissan President's Day celebration doesn't last forever. See your nearest participating Nissan dealer now for a great deal.
Come on.
Take a last look, kids, at one of man's most curious creations. Built to stand the test of time and the elements, war, you name it. A thing of glory for 1,000,000 future generations to see. And we were here.
I'm not ready to let my beloved sister Cassie go.
Jane Austen, you're saddled with me forever. Your sister understood affairs of the heart better than anyone.
She warrants a substantial biography where we might discover the real Jane Austen.
Did you find any letters from Jane?
Not a single one. There is no greater comfort in this world than a sister.
Miss Austen. Watch or stream Sunday, May 4th on Cascade PBS.
Coming up next on Totally Tuned In.
Come on and join the water babies and play the whole day through.
Calling all animals! SOS! Help! Hang on, fellas! Here he comes! Gotcha!
$10,000 in cash.
$10,000. Let's go back here to the punch board. There are prizes on this board all the way from $50 to $10,000. There are $10,000 prizes, $5,000, $1,000, all sizes. I'm going to give you a chance to win 4 punches on the punch board and 4 prizes, too. John, what are those prizes?
Well, Bob, first, Maybelline's Blooming Colors eyeshadow. Colors that say who you are, how you're feeling, what you're all about. Blooming Colors by Maybelline. Second, from True Value Hardware Store's line of Harvard cutlery with high carbon steel blades and solid walnut handles from True Value Hardware Stores. Third, the Mr. Coffee Ultronic Systems, space-age technology for the most perfect cup of coffee on this planet or any other. And fourth, the original Roll-O-Matic mop, the mop with the easiest wringing action with special scrubber and waxer heads. Roll-O-Matic mop, it's the one with the butterfly.
You leave my family alone.
And if he ain't told you,
leave my family alone.
We're gonna.
Leave my
We're
family.
gonna take care of this baby. If it was yours, it'd be ugly.
Yeah, you didn't want to have the baby with me, but you can have the baby with that.
Sure. In fairness, are you sure that it's his? I mean, could it have been someone else's?
She probably doesn't know.
But it could be.
It's his.
It is his. It is his.
It is his?
Yes, it is his. I just said that.
It's his.
Yeah. Maybe you should have been doing something right, or he wouldn't have been coming to me.
Oh, well, maybe she'd find your own man and leave mine alone.
He doesn't want you, obviously.
He's
been
still
coming
with
to
me, isn't he? He's still in my house, isn't
behind
he?
your back, he ain't. He's with me, having sex with me. He makes me feel good.
Well, with spring break travel on the horizon, you might want to think twice if you plan to go to Mexico. We have the warning from security experts and tips you should know if you do plan on traveling there. Plus, fallout at Seattle's VA hospital amid reported funding freezes, how veterans in need could be impacted, and what several leaders are doing to push back. 7:53 is your time.
Al, did you have to tell him?
You betcha.
Oh, it'll be okay. It's just a dent.
Because grapes are such a delicate fruit, hand harvesting is the desired method. However, a 400% increase in wine production in the last 30 years forced growers to consider a mechanized solution. The challenge, of course, in mechanically picking grapes is in doing so without bruising or damaging the fruit. The Core Van Orboroder harvester applies gentle vibration as it passes over the vine row. Nylon rods with rubber cushions penetrate the dense canopy. The rods oscillate at 700 to 1,000 strokes per minute in a circular motion. The gentle vibration causes the ripe bunches to release and fall straight down without damaging the grapes.
The idea of this is to simulate hand harvest.
Yes! Isn't that ourselves? It's happening for real? Bye, suckers! You lost your bye! Stop peddling and stop peddling! How's that work? Get this thing in forward gear! It is in forward gear!
Kirk Douglas is an old millionaire surrounded by scheming relatives in greedy.
I'll wrestle you for the money. What? I'll wrestle you. You win, I'll give you $300,000. Stop! I've got a metal plate in my head. You do? No!
I want security in the large conference room.
So Janicki whistled for his third personal. Underneath out of bounds, Fears throwing it the fiddler. Cooper, the screener. This is Fears, the lob. Cooper, turn back. Janicki.
Does he mix it up or what? 6 feet 5 inches tall, and he watched the timing on this. Up, he's up there before Cooper is, and that's why he gets a chance at blocking that shot.
Redshirt freshman who joined this program as a preferred walk-on, had that breakout game on the road at Purdue. That 11-point game. He hit 3 threes in that game, so he's been big in some money spots for this Wisconsin team this season.
If Conjay doesn't have it going, Blackwell will take that ball and make something happen with it. Good shooter right here, McGee.
On the wing, Conjay. Fiddler.
Well, close.
Nearly the steal. 7 on the timer. Blackwell. What's the call here by Richardson complaining that he got...
In the world golf rankings, which are so important. 211.
207 with an 8-iron, Griffin.
A little conservative off the tee makes this shot harder, asking for it to go.
It did.
That's 200-yard 8-iron over water. He's laughing. He wasn't aiming there.
Well, Highsmith is on a roll. Kurt Byram, you've joined the group.
I have. This was a pitching wedge from the fairway bunker to here. Downhill the first quarter here, then pretty flat after that.
His mom told me in player dining she had to leave at 3:30 unless he got hot on the front. I'm assuming.
Tuesday, January 8th. Brad Geyer gets really drunk at a party.
after chasing down a six-pack of Bud with a couple of shots of Mad Dog 2020. Tells everybody embarrassing stories about his failed love life. Takes off all his clothes. Then throws up on the rug.
Jeff said it would happen.
And fight for the rights and the liberty of all. This is a story of 26 men enforcing law within the territory. Praise be the glory of 26 men who rode the Arizona territory. Ride on, ride on, ride on.
Max Greenfield, and me, Charles Barkley. Featuring John Batiste and Stay Human. And now, it's time for the Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
It was a kind of slow gathering conservative movement, culturally, politically, socially, that culminated in the Reagan Revolution.
I, Ronald Reagan, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States. So help me God.
The new Reagan sensibility was profoundly hostile to Hugh Hefner and everything that he represented. And not long after Reagan's election, there was a crusade that was launched under the auspices of the Attorney General Edwin Meese and the infamous Meese Commission on Pornography.
The Meese Commission basically saw Playboy as sort of an entry-level drug for pornography addiction.
Monday, several bus stops in Seattle's Little Saigon area will reopen. The 4 stops are near 12th Avenue South and South Jackson Street, a crime hotspot in the city. They closed back in December. King County Metro worked with several law enforcement agencies to monitor the stops. Several targeted investigations and arrests took place to improve safety. Again, service starts back up on Monday. In King County, police in Renton are trying to stop reckless driving on a road known for speeding and traffic. This stretch of 140th in Fairwood is where a family died in a crash last March. During emphasis patrols on Wednesday, officers stopped 17 drivers, gave out 14 tickets, and made 3 arrests, 1 for DUI. Safety changes were recently made to the area, and that includes yellow barriers in the turning lane so speedsters can't use it as a passing lane. The speed limit was also lowered to 35 miles per hour, and there's new electronic signage in place to track speed and let drivers know if they need to slow down. Well, coming up, a new scam is preying on pet owners looking for their lost animals. How the Humane Society is reminding people not to fall for the trap. And an affordable housing development on the way to Bellevue. How Amazon is helping with the effort.
Quick, Bessie, more hay. There's some.
We're moving the world. We're bringing the goods into America and exporting our farmed goods.
Mark Elverston, president of the International Longshore Warehouse Union Local 19, has been a longshoreman for nearly 20 years. The Port of Seattle has been here for 100 years. It's open 24 hours, 365 days a year.
Cannot take away industrial lands. 3 stoplights to I-90 opens the world for us. That's the entire America. and that's what we need to preserve.
Mark warns rezoning the stadium district, allowing for housing to be developed near the Port of Seattle, would jeopardize its operations and thousands of jobs.
We are afraid this is the funnel of the state of Washington. 58,000 jobs are dependent on this. That Makers district is not going to bring 58,000 jobs.
Sarah Esch, a Local 19 port dispatcher who's worked in the industry for 20 years, says traffic bottlenecks on I-5 and side streets as the area continues to be developed.
Know the way I feel about you, oh, it still can make me blush. I like to spend some time listening to the hush of a morning full of promise, fresh as it can be. That's the good to the last drop feeling, the Maxwell House, only Maxwell House. That's the good to the last drop feeling, the Maxwell House and me.
You can't put yourself first. You can't be relentless. You can't dominate. You can't take credit. You can't speak up. Whatever you do, you can't win. So win.
Right now, enjoy a massive 80% off your entire first order at Fabletics. We've got everything you need to look and feel fabulous. Don't miss out. Get 80% off your entire first order when you sign up as a new VIP. Only at Fabletics.com.
But we will instead use androids to carry out the widespread investigations. We've secured a suitable number of units and are preparing them for deployment.
I thought you were allergic to robots.
You could think of it as fighting fire with fire, if you like.
Effort. It's what separates one company from another. Effort. It's what it takes to stay ahead. Effort. It's the difference between a job and a job well done. Effort. It's what makes Hilton America's business address.
I'm working and my work schedule is insane. I have no vacation time. I mean, I haven't got to a point where I could try again. The next holiday is Easter weekend.
Twin Galaxies wants him to play again. They actually really have it out for me, and I think it bothers them that I have the Nibbler World Record score. It was nothing against him. It was just to stop Walter from promoting.
Step up, gentlemen, step. Now's the time to show some pep. Take a look at this. Oh, kiss. What eyes. What lips. Well, what am I bid? $20. Shame on you. $40. That won't do. Classics like this are all you. The spirit of... pardon me, what are you?
I am the spirit of innocent pride, because I'm proud of the fact that I've nothing to hide.
Now, this shrimp really does need to sit in this marinade for a little bit in order for it to really absorb the flavor. At least 3 hours, up to 48 hours. The longer it sits, the more flavor you get.
Great.
Now, I'm going to put a plate on top just to help keep that shrimp submerged.
And tasters at bay.
It's true. It is another taster barrier. All right, we're going to cover this with plastic and put it in the fridge.
Okay.
Here is the finished shrimp. Isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful.
I just love this on a summer day.
Jesus, Rick, isn't there any heat in here?
No, heat's better for the circuits. And now, just in case there's any doubt,
More than 4,000 years ago, the Egyptians practiced a ritual that was adopted by the Jews. It became a cornerstone of their faith. Bible tells us that Abraham, at God's command, circumcised himself, removed the foreskin of his penis at the age of 99. What spiritual meaning could this painful act possibly hold for his people?
You just sat there for hours. That's what this feels
As in, like, he loves me not.
Exactly.
You played that game?
Did you play that game?
I did, and I'm pretty
Okay.
sure Lennon loves me not.
No, that's not true. 1,000 ordered? No, let's double that. 2,000 now spoken for. So get more than one set. This is the stars. This is the leopard. This is a fun one. This is a springy color.
This is a great one. I actually want to put it with Amy's outfit if you don't
Oh, I
mind.
thought you were going to say the white
Look,
sheets.
see this? So when we're thinking about this, this is
Look
our
at me real
sage
quick.
gingham. But if we are really going to talk about what's happening.
Yo, look who's back. All this week, Jimmy's coming at you from his favorite borough.
Finally, a guy named Jimmy in Brooklyn.
With Adam Sandler, John Krasinski, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and more.
Forget it, boy!
Kimmel Back to Brooklyn this week on ABC.
Two mommies on the show today.
Two
That's
mommies.
great. Okay, you know how to play our game. You
I
cut
sure
the
did.
cards, fine. Then Susanna's dealing out those cards, and let's get this game going right now between Mickey and Doreen. Here's your first question. This goes to you, Mickey. We surveyed 100 secretaries, and we asked them, have you ever taken the blame for one of your boss's mistakes? How many secretaries said they have taken the blame?
Well, if they're smart, I would say that they had. So I would say that'd be a very high number. I would say 68.
68 out of 100. Doreen, will it be higher or lower than 68?
Well, Bob, seeing as though I am in the Navy and I work with doctors, believe me, they make mistakes, and I have to cover for them so that they don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
So, Bob, I think that's going to be just a little bit higher.
Boy, I know
Just
my
a little
secretary
bit.
takes the blame all the time.
Yeah.
The actual number of secretaries who have taken the blame for their boss's mistakes is 43. No, it wasn't higher, it was lower. I'm surprised at that. All right, Mickey, you've got control. Here's your card. Your card is a 10. Player change.
Change that card.
You don't like the 10?
No.
I'm surprised at that. How
Scares
about
me.
this one? You like this one? That's a 6.
Ooh, higher.
Higher than the 6. Your card is a 10.
Lower.
Lower than the 10. She's going to go on. 3. Higher than the 3. It's a king. For the game. If it's lower than the king, yeah.
Pretty good, I guess.
And you met when you were still in high school?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, so you don't know why you're here? Okay. Well, what do you want to tell them?
Okay. I will always love you because you are the father to my kids, but you do not act it. I am tired of your. You do not support your family. I have to get your ass up in the morning by putting your underwear, your socks on, your shirt, and I don't even think you know how to tie your shoes. Okay? I am a country wife, but I am not your maid, and I am not your mother. I have 2 kids that I'm raising on my own. Oh, I forgot, I'm not raising them on my own. I'm leaving you because I've been screwing David Lee.
He was now fully committed to a new life in Los Angeles.
You must balance the beach ball on the vibrator.
Here, he and his friends could find escape and enjoy wild and ever more elaborate theme parties.
All right, you're still going for bronze. You're still going for the bronze.
Like the infamous Midsummer Night's Dream Party, where the dress code for men was pajamas, and women were invited to wear lingerie, or less.
Okay. Name a food even a new bride is sure to know how to cook.
Bacon.
Let me see. Bacon. First strike. Guys are going to get a chance to steal if we don't shoot the question. Beverly.
I got one. Gotta be. Hot dogs. Yeah.
Got to be. Hot dogs. There it is, number 3. Now, Marcia, this is a chance to redeem yourself. Give me the number 2 answer.
Rice. Rice?
They're laughing at you, Marcia.
No.
Show us rice. Louise, 2 strikes. Need an answer to stay alive.
I'm gonna
Or
say.
one for the steal.
I'm gonna say hamburger.
Okay.
If it's there, you're still alive. Show us hamburger. It is. Marla.
I
I'm going to say potatoes.
Yes.
Boiled
Marla
potatoes.
says potato. Third strike. Funny man.
What I'm going to say might well seem abrupt and terrible, but when I say it, I want you to remember that the key word is temporarily. I think we should temporarily stop seeing each other.
Okay.
I'm serious.
I know.
I think we should temporarily stop seeing each other.
Okay.
Why are you not unhappy?
I don't acknowledge it.
You don't acknowledge it?
I don't recognize the breakup. I'm sorry.
No, you can't not recognize it.
I know.
Natalie, this is a very hard time right now. My head is coming apart.
I know.
I need to be able to get my life in order.
I know.
We need to stop seeing each other.
No.
Wait. I break up with you.
Not this time. I gotta go back to work.
Sports Night, every Thursday at 10, only on Comedy Central.
What happened? We must have hit land. I'll see. We hit bottom. We're sunk. We're lost. Hey, what's the matter with you? I'm practicing for when we run out of air. What do you think, you're in the movies? Oh! We're trapped like rats. Speak for yourself. Oh, a microscope. I can see! I can see! What? What do you see? Water! Why? What was that? A school of catfish just went by. Hey, bloodhound. Hey, bloodhound. What do you mean? Get to your post. What post? I don't see no post, not even a street lamp. I'll put both your lamps out.
Welcome back. A FedEx cargo plane was forced to make an emergency landing. You see it there. This was in New Jersey. Happened today after one of its engines caught fire. It is one of several stories that's making headlines today. Video circulating online shows flames erupting from beneath the aircraft. And as you can see, this was mid-flight. The FAA says the plane hit a bird shortly after takeoff, damaging one of its engines. The 3 crew members on board reported no injuries. Live we go now to the Vatican for Vatican Watch. The church says Pope Francis is in stable condition and is alternating between ventilators as well as oxygen therapy, and he remains alert and oriented. The pontiff is now entering his 3rd week being hospitalized. His initial respiratory tract infection has since developed into pneumonia, and it is in both lungs. The Vatican says the Pope will miss out on Ash Wednesday this week. The Pentagon right now deploying additional troops to the southern border. The Defense Department confirmed the deployment of a Stryker Brigade combat team and a helicopter unit to, quote, reinforce and expand current border security operations. That statement does not clarify, though, how many troops are being deployed. And just in from the Middle East, Israel says it is stopping the entry of all goods and supplies into the Gaza Strip. It comes as the first phase of the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas has now expired. The militant group rejected Israel's proposal of extending the first phase to cover the holy month of Ramadan in exchange for more hostages. Instead, Hamas now urging Israel to proceed to the second phase of the ceasefire.
You see, food is not only calories. Food is information. It's instructions or code that regulates every single thing in your body. Food is medicine. You can use it to upgrade your biological software or corrupt it with damaged code. So how does food affect longevity?
Try Red Robin's new Haystack Tavern Double, stacked with crispy onion straws and our campfire mayo. One of our mouth-watering burgers, starting at just $6.99 anytime, and always served with free bottomless steak fries.
Red Robin. Yum.
Hey, safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. You're stepping up, this is my mama stating in the apartment. Regardless, my Daddy told me keep it
Flavor. Everyone wants a taste.
hating on me just because I'm the biggest, the largest.
An elite group of scientists into the desert to develop a top-secret project known as Quantum Leap. Pressured to prove his theories or lose funding, Dr. Beckett prematurely stepped into the project accelerator and vanished. He awoke to find himself in the past, suffering from partial amnesia and facing a mirror image that was not his own. Fortunately, contact with his own time was maintained through brainwave transmissions with Al, the project observer, who appeared in the form of a hologram that only Dr. Beckett can see and hear. Trapped in the past, Dr. Beckett finds himself leaping from life to life, putting things right that once went wrong and hoping each time that his next leap will be the leap home.
Come on, old man. Double or nothing. What do you say?
A little aggressive here just to get a shorter club in, but this must be 5 wood.
It's got to land softly. It can get through the fairway on that line if it goes too far, but it's a good-looking shot.
Beautiful. Well, you know, Ben Hogan, one of the best hitters of the golf ball all the time, when he had 3 wood off the deck, he took a big divot, and Jake Knapp's doing that even when he tees it up.
Yeah, we see it regularly from him. Highsmith's second here at 13.
Looks like he's trying to draw this in with that pin over there. This is going to be tough. Got some spin out of the first cut.
What do you want?
Iron compounds create the red, pink, and yellow, while manganese produces the purple you see smeared on the rock. And that green comes from the decomposition of tuff-derived mica, aka rock formed from volcanic ash that's past its prime. Death Valley spans about 3.4 million acres and was established as a national park on Halloween of 1994. It's actually a graben, which is a geological term for a sunken fragment of Earth's crust. Part of its allure is the various rocks sculpted by erosion, some of which are around 1.7 billion years old. Now, while those rocks served as a visual staple of Death Valley, they also acted as a canvas for rock art that suggests a human presence dating back to 9,000 years ago. Your mind's about to be blown. Boy, you know, take a look, there's more to me, don't you know? You won't get this love for free. This magnificent stretch of land is known as the Devil's Golf Course. Now, it was named after a line in the 1934 National Park Service guidebook that said, "Only a devil could play golf here." Devil's Golf Course is located in the Mojave Desert and is the largest salt pan in Death Valley. It features landscape that's been worn by wind and rain into these unique jagged spires. Now, this area was once covered by Lake Manly to a depth of about 30 feet. When that water evaporated, it left behind salt and minerals that built up over time and are now continuously sculpted by the weathering process. What's really astounding here is if you listen closely, you can hear little pops of sound from the billions of tiny salt crystals that are expanding and contracting with the heat. It's so amazing.
One ice sculpture coming up. C'est magnifique. And it's not half bad either.
Hi, everybody.
Let's kick off today's show with a quick look at 4 awesome discoveries.
Check them out.
There are about 43 quintillion configurations in a Rubik's Cube, leaving some frustrated and tired and others inspired. A team of chemists designed a cube of soft polymer blocks colored with revolutionary new fluorescent dots. The self-healing hydrogel has chemical bonds weak enough to rotate but strong enough to maintain shape. The structure could inspire new ways to store information. Think QR code, only 3D.
Meet Gary, part of a team of parrotlets helping scientists grasp how birds can land on small branches so reliably. The birds landed on a range of diameters and textures, from sandpaper to Teflon. But all that data on approach speed and landing forces revealed little difference until researchers zeroed in on the feet. The secret to the versatile landings? How fast the toes and claws adapt to each surface. Way quicker than this. The team's dynamic grasping model could land in a new flying robot design.
Cool fact about solar panels. They're less efficient the hotter they get. So where does a solar panel perform best? Turns out it's the farm. Researchers analyzed the productivity of solar arrays on agricultural lands to develop an efficiency model. Applying that model worldwide, solar panels worked most efficiently on croplands versus scorching deserts, cities, or other land cover. The study also found that putting solar panels on less than 1% of agricultural land could fulfill electricity demands worldwide.
The more conservative values they had enjoyed during the 1950s.
Playboy had to confront the kind of political change in the mood of the country.
Yeah, that ball did not move from the time it hit his hand. It went straight to the release point. Very little wasted motion that time because he did not have a lot of time to get that off.
He got the start tonight because of the injury to Butler. And Post has 11 after 18 off the bench in the win against Orlando 2 nights ago. The game where Curry went for 56. Now a foul on Post.
Now, this is just beautiful offense. Look at Post. That ball hits him about shin high, and it goes immediately to the release point. And he did not have more than a quarter of a second, really, to get that off.
Grimes with the basket. Good pass by George on the inbound. Post with his third foul. Both he and Draymond Green have 3. Curry had 22 third-quarter points on Thursday. He finds the wide-open Post, and that's his second 3 of the...
Oh, man. All you gotta do is say where Tanachi is. And just maybe you can kiss your wife goodbye before she dies. Oh. Are you gonna tell me where I can find Tanachi now?
To sustain these growing babies. Rockhoppers typically feed on fish, krill, and in the north, squid. Their strong flippers help them harvest this sustenance expertly. By the time they're a year and a half old, these chicks trade their fluff for higher fashion and are finally ready to forage for themselves. But even though it may take a little while longer to get their fashionable adult feathers, these chicks are hopping to the beat of life.
What am I to do whenever I see you? I can't help it. In love again. Oh, what am I to do?
At Pizza Hut, now that any medium specialty pizza is only $7.99 and any second medium just $5, it's a great time to fall in love again with Pizza Hut. You can't help it.
At Papa Murphy's, mix and match 2 or more sides for just $6.99 each, like our 5 cheese bread or calzones, or a fresh salad. Add a medium cheese or pepperoni pizza or dessert. Fresh, easy, and so good. Just the way your meal should be with Papa Murphy's.
According to Red Book magazine, what is the speed of light?
Well, Dad, wait. Do I read from the sheet labeled jokes or answers?
Go for the... Stop tape.
Israel stopped the entry of all goods and supplies into the Gaza Strip. Israel warned there would be more consequences if Hamas did not accept a new proposal to extend a ceasefire. Hamas is accusing Israel of trying to derail the existing ceasefire agreement. While neither group said the ceasefire has ended, the first phase did expire yesterday. An Israeli official told the Associated Press the decision to suspend aid was made in coordination with the Trump administration. The U.S. has not commented on Israel's decision to cut off aid. Well, 8 people are in the hospital this morning after a 2-car crash on Westlake Avenue in Seattle. This is a look at the scene. This happened just up the road from Lake Union Park right before 2 o'clock this morning. Seattle Fire said 3 people were in critical condition, with another 5 people taken from the scene to the hospital. We will update you on this as we learn more.
Now is the time to reverse this decline. Now is the time to hit its warning sign. Now is the time to restore what is yours and mine. Now when it's passing by, now on a distant side, now while it's still our
Join us for 5 remarkable Academy Award-winning films.
Sounds like magic.
Yes, it is. I love it.
And the winner is Movies. All day Tuesday starting at 6:15 a.m. Eastern, right here on Movies.
Visit our website, where you can sign up for the free Cooks Country email newsletter for even more of the recipes and stories you love from the magazine and the TV show. cookscountry.com/cooks.
The tragedy of the commons is a dilemma that develops when a group shares a limited resource. Imagine some farmers are sharing a pasture for their cows. The cows eat the grass, but the grass grows back, and so the cows have plenty to eat. So they add more cows, which eat more grass. Eventually, the grass can barely grow fast enough to keep the cows fed. Farmer Alex decides to add another cow anyway. He figures the extra cow doesn't eat that much grass and will only mean a little less for everyone's cows. But he will get all the milk from the extra cow. Don't look at me. If I don't, they will. The other farmers feel the same way. Each knows that they are hurting the pasture they share, but their fear of losing out seems to force their hands. That's the tragedy of the commons. And it doesn't just threaten cartoon pastures. Stocks of Atlantic cod and bluefin tuna are greatly diminished. Aquifers that can replenish if water is withdrawn slowly are now emptying. Even roads can screech to a standstill while drivers wonder why others don't take public transit.
Charge.
Good morning. What can I do for you boys?
Rick Hunter is a cop.
That's the one.
Who does things his way.
We don't need permission.
And everybody loves it.
Well, that's what we're here to find out.
Well, except his boss.
You want to shut up?
His partner, Dee Dee.
You're gonna get suspended.
And oh yeah, the bad guys. But when he's right, he's right.
You'll get no argument from me.
Courtesy of Sergeant Rick Hunter.
Hunter. Weekdays at 10 a.m., 9 Central on Charge.
It's coming. The new improved taste of Triple cereal. A taste that's so much bigger, you can't help but notice. A taste that's better because those crisps are bigger, crispier, and tastier than ever before. But we don't want you to take our word for it, so we're sending out millions of samples to prove it. Which means we had to squeeze a big new taste into a little box. Try new improved Triples today. Bigger, better taste.
You're in an awkward situation and need to improvise quick. Call in the Improv Squad.
Let's make some stuff up!
Aisha knows how to liven a dying party. Colin can make up job experience mid-interview.
I've got experience. The force is with me.
Wayne has the perfect excuses for running late.
I'm in quicksand.
And Ryan with the best lines to save an awkward date.
You see the white hair coming out of my nose?
Crisis averted, squad. Whose line is it anyway? Weeknights starting at 6/5 Central on TVD.
Volunteers have all moved their items since into a tent where they were working yesterday morning to pack up food for seniors.
We have seniors that depend on us that are shut-ins that we have to deliver food to, and we have the kids, 500 kids for the Backpacks of Hope, 20 different schools, that they depend on those 7 meals for the weekend.
Between their food programs and the Backpacks of Hope, the Hope Creek Charitable Foundation helps 1,000 families a week. We do have a link to that food bank's website with more on how you can help as well. And they tell us they are always looking for volunteers.
Clear that car! Go, boys! Stop fighting my dog! Stop fighting my dog!
Deputies, canine units, and guns drawn during a high-speed chase Thursday morning in Thurston County. And the moment 5 dangerous suspects were arrested was all caught here.
Ladies, thank you very much. Nice to have you back with us. Who has all this control? Suzette does? Suzette, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
I assume you want to keep the queen, right?
Yes, I do want to keep the queen.
And which
yes.
way are we going, hon?
Lower.
Gonna go lower.
Yeah.
Is it lower? Yeah.
Oh, higher.
Higher than that, Bruce. Got a 6 for you, hon.
Higher.
Higher again. No, not higher. All right, that means that Dan, you get a free chance with this.
I gotta go higher.
If it's higher, you win game number 1 and $100. Do you? Yes, you do. Well, how about that? Okay, Dan. There's another $100 added to your total, and most importantly, of course, game number 1. Suzette, that means you have to win the next game to stay in this match, and we'll give you that opportunity. Lacey will set up the cards, and we'll be right back to start game number 2 right after this.
This week on Late Night, Tech is back and all new.
So excited.
With Kate Hudson, Kevin Hart, Mindy Kaling, John Turturro, and Annalee Ashford. Plus, all new Closer Looks. New Seth Meyers this week on NBC.
The media were invited on Saturday to observe a portion of an exercise. Around 400 personnel took part at the U.S. military's Blue Beach training area in the town of Kin in Okinawa Prefecture. The participants simulated retaking an occupied remote island. Members of the GSDF's Amphibious Rapid Deployment Brigade and U.S. Marines went ashore from reconnaissance boats, followed by Japanese and U.S. landing crafts. One U.S. Marine officer said, "Through our combined capabilities, we provide deterrence to all of threats in this region."
Exercises are most effective when they are conducted by the forces most likely to operate together in the areas where they are most likely to operate.
Strengthening the defense capabilities of remote islands is an urgent issue, as such capabilities will deter others from invading the islands and prevent a war from occurring.
This is the third consecutive year that the annual Iron Fist joint drills have been held in the Kyushu and Okinawa regions.
If you refuse to take my phone calls at the office, you leave me no choice.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning here. Can't this wait till tomorrow morning?
And Jack in the Box present the Metro PCS Monster Challenge. Presented by Advance Auto Parts and Ford Trucks. Kicks and Subaru seats are still just $10 to see Blue Thunder, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, World Champion Brave Deer. And for the first time ever, witness World Champ Tom Mitz driving maximum destruction. Plus, stop by Jack in the Box to pick up your Fan 4-pack voucher and save $20 on 4 tickets to Monster Challenge. Brought to you by 1-800-THE LAW 2, January 10th, Angel Stadium.
The White Sands one is a lot lighter in color than the one from down the road. You can also see that its stripes on its back are much fainter.
The team also studies lizards in nearby transitional zones where white sand gradually gives way to brown. These so-called fence lizards are climbers. They like trees and running along ridges.
We measure what color they are. We measure different aspects of their body size. We measure what they're eating.
And they take a tissue sample, usually a little section from the tip of the tail, back to the lab for genetic analysis.
The same gene that is involved in the color difference in these lizards is also a gene that's involved in color variation even in humans.
Rosenblum says lighter-colored lizards clearly have a better shot than darker ones at living long enough on the white sands to breed and pass on genes. They even select mates based on color.
It's incredibly important for them to be camouflaged in their environment because they are out looking for their food and looking to find mates and doing all the things that lizards do during the day. And at the same time, their predators are out looking for food and all the things the predators do during the day.
Love you, puppy. She says understanding.
Super team extraordinaire, Freakazoid, Freakazoid, runs around in underwear, Freakazoid, Freakazoid, guess who's watching to be seen, Freakazoid, Freakazoid, gonna something better on TV, Freakazoid, Freakazoid, his brain's overloading, it has a chocolate protein, textbook case for Sigmund Freud, Freakazoid, Freakazoid.
Check out Dexter Douglas, nerd computer ace, when surfing on the internet, and was after cyberspace, he turned into the Freakazoid, he's strong and super quick, he drives the villains crazy, cause he's a lunatic.
His home base is the Freakaland, Freakazoid, Freakazoid, like the Harvard country said, Freakazoid, chimpanzee,
That was scary. Is my hair okay?
It sure is. How about mine?
Well, there's a bit sticking up in the front.
Say what? Where?
Eddie, look.
Well, some fools drove their car right into the tunnel, their engine head on.
Tomorrow afternoon and evening. Up over the mountains, let's break it down. We're expecting some light snowflakes for the passes Tuesday and Wednesday, no big deal. Thursday and Friday will probably trend dry, but then heavy snow expected for the North Cascades next weekend. Now, we're not sure how far south that snow is going to move, so stick with us. We're probably going to get better clarity on that here in the coming days. Big picture, 70 forecast. Temperatures in the low 50s all week, and believe it or not, we're going to be even colder for next work week. Next work week, we'll have highs in the 40s with overnight temperatures in the 30s, so the frigid air is not done with us quite yet. We do drop to the upper 30s for overnight temperatures. Thursday, Friday mornings will be dry during that.
Welcome to the Cultural Etiquette Minute, where we'll show you why manners matter all over the world. Considered the Pearl of the Middle East, Lebanon is a lot of different things, different interests, religions, organizations, and political problems. And although Lebanon has remained mostly neutral throughout neighboring commotion, some rules apply when visiting in order to respect the culture. Greetings in Lebanon are a mix of both French and Arabic cultures. Start with a welcoming smile accompanied by a handshake while saying marhaba. The Lebanese are very touchy-feely. Direct eye contact with a lot of physical contact is the cornerstone of Lebanese communication. Lebanese can be somewhat formal in their business dealings, but they will strive to be hospitable and will go out of their way to be generous hosts.
Boards flying out. Ups released. Headhunter picture. Reward offered. Headhunter revealed.
It's nice and crispy, juicy on the inside. Just the chicken parm itself is a meal. And now you have another meal of pasta beside it.
I cut it and I take half home to my mom, and then there's usually enough for me to have lunch tomorrow too. Great.
Nice.
Because I come here mostly on my lunch hours. If they need to find me somewhere, it's going to be Ernie's.
It's a home away from home.
Excellent people, good humor. We have a few orangutans in here, but not very many.
Like they're like this? They're all like arms?
Well,
what did you order today?
Lake Superior whitefish. Look at that. Just delish.
I ordered a pizza burger. Homemade sausage, nicely spiced, and it's good, good, good.
I got the meatloaf dinner. That's a lot of food.
I have to admit, sometimes I can't eat the third piece. I take it home. It never goes to waste.
Comfort food. It's coming for a big hug.
Covered in gravy.
Covered in gravy.
Although the pub is probably the last place you'd catch virtuoso guitarist Shane Hennessy, more like the concert hall, or, if you're in luck, your local Irish festival right at home in America.
You can take a big lead and probably win the game. You can win the game. Name a food even a new bride is sure to know how to cook. One answer. Joe? No, nothing. Norman.
Frozen TV dinner.
Frozen TV dinner.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Pat.
Soup.
Soup. Soupy, before you say it, you can take any of those answers or go out on your own. Just give me one of the answers. You got the bank, and you're playing for $10,000.
Okay. Spaghetti. Soup.
Okay. Quickly.
Frozen dinner.
He says frozen TV dinner. If it's there, you're the champions. If not there on the board, show us your TV dinner. It's Congratulations. There are two answers that we did not know. Number 4, spaghetti. Number 5, soup. We had it covered. I need 2 players for $10,000. Who's playing first? You're playing first, Suki? No, I'll play first. All right.
The fighters have gone to their respective corners. The audience is waiting in anticipation of the bell.
Show me what you got, Makanouchi.
Stay focused and don't get all edgy. No matter what kind of fight this turns into, I want you to stay cool.
Yeah, I already know. Don't worry.
Just seeing Ipo in the ring's got him all riled up. He's gonna have to relax for this first round.
I am calm. I've been waiting for this a long time. A long time. If I see an opening, I'm gonna tear his head off his neck.
Lola's right. About the pirate ship? No, about Tweety's idea being silly. Anyone can see that it's the world's fastest racing car. Now, why would they see that? It's really a rocket ship to Mars. You can tell just by looking at it. No, come on, a pirate ship. That's what we should do. Wait! There's only one way to find out what this thing really is. I'm glad you see things my way. No, Daffy. I mean, let's play house, then pirates, then racing car, and then rocket ship.
I get it. And whichever is the most fun wins.
Right.
So we look through QuickBooks, we call up experts in the field. It's research.
And then we choose 5 recipes and we put them side by side and then we cook all 5 of them. The 5 recipe test is to determine the direction of a recipe.
When selecting 5 recipes, I really try to select recipes that are different enough from one another. And by different, I mean different variables. So maybe there's a different ingredient, different cooking technique.
And then the team comes in and tastes them. And it's a really great opportunity and it's a great moment to kind of see what's out there and see what's great and what really didn't work. It helps you to kind of shape your ultimate goal.
Then the test cook takes all of that feedback and they're going to create the Franken recipe. Maybe we like the salting from this and we like the sauce from that. They'll put together what's called the working recipe.
Scrapes the sky with their right-hand hammer. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to sunny Cleveland.
I said sunny. Cleveland, Ohio, the Rocket Arena, home of the winningest team in pro basketball at 49-10. The Cleveland Cavaliers on a roll. They have won 9 in a row. The Blazers have won 4 in a row. Come on, they're playing very good basketball. Led by Shaedon Sharpe in the last outing, getting his first start since January the 18th. 36 minutes logged in against the Nets. 25 points, 4 of 6 from 3. 5 assists, 4 rebounds. And Darius Garland, one of the quickest cats playing professional basketball. Garland, a career high from the field at 49, from 342. He's healthy in his 6th year, and he's got all the skills. And he's got some backup. Evan Mobley, 22 and 11, 59% from the field in this current 9-game winning streak for the big man out of USC. Toumani Camara probably is going to defend those two guys and anybody else that the Cavs put on the floor. That's what he does as an elite defender in this league. 19 points, 4 of 7 shooting from 3 in the win against the Nets. Take a look at the starting lineup here this afternoon for the Blazers. Denny Avdia back in the starting lineup. Anthony Simon, Shaedon Sharpe, Toumani Camara, and Donovan Clingan starting for the Blazers here this afternoon.
And this is such a treacherous part of the track, James. It's blind for the cars that are trailing behind Siegel.
And you see it almost starts with Joseph Newgard in that blue car. There was a bit of a gap there. He seemed a little slow out of turn 2, a cue behind him, and that accordion effect just got everybody bunched up. Maybe Siegel was a little bit slow. Power got into the back of him. Nothing Nolan did wrong there. Another car involved. Oh, that was Foster. Maybe Foster even got into the back of Power. We'll have to take a look at some onboards if we can to see where that all started.
It looked a little bit through turn 1 and 2 as though Scott Dixon was just a little offline, just a little slow. We're on board here with Pato. Oh, no, we're on board, sorry.
That's for Nolan Siegel.
That's for Siegel.
Yeah, you could hear it. He just got drop kicked there. Nothing he could do.
Yeah, let's see if we get a better look. We're on board here with Will Power, I believe. No, that's not Will Power. He got wide. That was Kiffin Simpson in the Cha-Ching car in front. Now we're on board with Will Power. Nolan Siegel in the blue and orange to his left.
So side by side through 1. Up on the curb for him there. You see Foster to the inside. He's got to go wide in 2. Oh, it was Power. Yeah, Nolan just had to check up a little bit. Guys, we saw incidents here with cars just...
We got to get her out of there.
Negative. The T1000's highest probability for success now will be to copy Sierra Kana and to wait for you to make contact with her.
Great. What happens to her?
Typically, the subject being copied is terminated.
Turn World War II into a great home video game. You need B-17 bomber and IntelliVoice. And every mission is filled with the sounds of battle. Never in the history of video games have so many owed so much great gameplay to so few. B-17 bomber and IntelliVoice from Mattel Electronics.
Now get a free IntelliVoice module by mail when you buy any Intellivision Master component.
We're walking out to Badwater Basin right now, and we looked up there, and there was a sign that said sea level. We are so far below that sign right now. When you look out, you see all of the salt flats. I looked up synonyms for amazing because I feel like I use that word a lot to describe these national parks. I mean, this is mind-blowing.
So come on, boy, why don't you show me what you got? You think I'm gonna fall, but baby, I'll be saving last. You better run for cover, cause I'm coming at you fast. You think you're so bad, but I'm tougher than that.
This is Badwater Basin. Is this real? What makes Badwater Basin different is this wasn't caused by a river's erosion. No, only movements in Earth's crust could drop something like this to such great depths. To have exposed land like this under sea level requires an extremely dry climate. Now, if there's too much moisture here, the low places would fill with water and overflow into the sea. But here, the water evaporates, leaving behind salt flats. If you watched our Zion episode, you know that a lot of that park was carved out by the Virgin River and its tributaries. So this is the salt and the minerals that are left behind.
At last, I've got He-Man trapped with my walls of evil.
Oh, yeah? Bastrosaurus bashes evil away.
Skeleton Skeletor, He-Man figures, and Bashosaurus vehicle, each sold separately.
Bash away! Next bash is on you, bone base.
Bashosaurus, new from the Masters of the Universe collection. Not for use with some figures, each toy sold separately. From Mattel.
It's got the shot, and he will score. Now it's 3 to the net, and he will
score. We could have, but my compass couldn't.
I say we throw in the towel. It's getting late.
Kim's right. The sun's setting.
Why, a rainbow! The end of the rainbow! That's where the old trapper said there was a secret cave.
Or hideout. Everybody, inside, quick!
Where are we going, Mr. T?
To make an entrance.
That feels so special to me. This is such an amazing experience. I think it's worth to come here to Shiretoko all the way to just experience this beautiful scenery.
It's 4 p.m. This is the moment when the drift ice transforms into a different world altogether.
Right and left profile, front view, and behind. And now for that all-important physical examination. As you can see, old Bruin is not average. No, sir. He's perfect. What a figure. What a bust. Flat feet like these used to be surefire exemption, but not anymore. Good teeth are important, and with the aid of modern X-ray, each tooth is carefully examined for any sign of cavities. Ah, there's a dandy. And look at this one. Fixing teeth like these is amazing.
Detective Fruit is back to lay down the law.
My father was on the force, and my grandfather, and his father. Oh, my God, am I a Nepo baby?
In Greensburg, all new Sunday on Fox.
Minutes. So Evan Scott's coming over to talk to Josh Tibbins. Well, the other thing maybe was the ball inbounded before the foul, which would be an away from the play foul. That could be. It was fairly close. Josh Tibbins, crew chief on the right. Evan Scott. Now they're checking on the time.
Wind watch that has literally been put in effect for parts of the Gulf Coast. So that's going to be a problem. All the floats down there and stuff. Yeah.
It's Mardi Gras. I mean, there's a lot of people who are going to be trying to get out and about to enjoy the festivities. Yeah. And you get a powerful storm like this, not only bringing the severe hazards, the flooding hazards, but let's talk about that wind a little bit more. Why is this such a windy system?
It's something called a pressure gradient. So anytime you walk outside and you feel it's windy, it always has to do with an interaction between low pressure and high pressure, right? So the stronger the low, the stronger the high, the closer they are together, it creates more turbulence in between them, right? The atmosphere is always trying to balance itself out to some degree. And this is a big old synoptic wind event, a large-scale wind event. I like synoptic wind events personally. I know maybe some people don't, but it's just the sound at night, you know, it makes your house creak a little.
That's the worst for me.
Oh, I sleep
when
like
it
a
comes
baby.
to all severe hazards, listen, of course, tornadoes, major hurricanes, all of which, they're scary. But wind is the most unsettling to me.
Really?
It really is. And this is going to be a week where I think a lot of people are going to feel unsettled by the sound of that. You have a strong ridge of high pressure in the Atlantic. You get this powerful storm that kind of collides into that. And that brings, even talking about the East Coast, I think what's so interesting about what Wednesday will hold for us.
I don't think that's nice, see? Why don't you go and swat somewhere else? Why don't you? Listen, fellas, what are we gonna do about this big mug? Every time he's around us, our lives are in danger. He's right. He's right. I lost 9 relatives in 2 days. Do we have to stand for it? No.
Help! Someone help!
Shut up, you old bag!
Brother X's, it's high time we launch our attack that'll enable us to take over the world. I propose we all drink a toast to the poisonous horsefly.
Here, here! May we all soon be rich!
If those little flies will bring us all that money?
He doesn't know those little flies have poisonous stingers. Whoops, sorry, boss. What I don't understand is, how come they're poisonous?
I found them near the cobalt bomb experimental area.
They're mutations caused by radiation?
There's one now! Look out! It's only a common housefly.
Oh, woe is me, woe is me. Why was I ever constructed, especially by such evil men? Sometimes I even envy Astro Boy, not because he's so strong, but because he works for human beings who respect law and order, while I must serve this gang that wants to take over the world and treat others the way they treat me.
Left-hand side of our screen, there is good wind.
Get to lay and see if there's an option to split.
Well, that's their Hannah talking about the downwind leg. They get to a point where they can either turn right or left, and then they take a call off Canada. At that point, we're not going to follow Canada. If we follow Canada, then the only hope is that they make a mistake. By splitting, they give themselves a shot. I'm surprised Canada didn't manoeuvre sooner after that gate to cover off Great Britain. There is now an opportunity. When the boats come back together, Great Britain are going to have the right of way.
Pressing a little, yeah, good angle.
Oh, it was pretty much perfect. Here we go. I think they're going to make... Oh, it's a huge lead change. But Great Britain say they're not laying. They're expecting to have to manoeuvre more. Potentially, North Star Canada can do it with just one more manoeuvre. Mother Nature could have one final say in this. There's the ley line. That's the position that says Canada will make it with no more manoeuvres.
Order gate here, guys. Nothing to lose. But go for it.
Oh, I love the attitude. Right of way is with Great Britain. They are allowed to do a couple of manoeuvres if they need to, but they've got to keep the speed. I think they're going to be okay. They've crept round ahead of him. Huge moment. Can they re-accelerate? I think they can. They're just one turn away here. Oh, Hannah Mills there. Calm voice. Good time for a calm voice, that was.
Well, Giles Scott, you saw what he was trying to do there, Stevie. He rolled the dice. It didn't come up Yahtzee for him. And just like that, the smallest of margins, it is Hannah Mills and Dylan Fletcher that get around that final mark. And now it is a straight shot to glory land.
We're back at the Kingdom with 2 minutes left to go in the ball game, and Seattle with a commanding lead of 21 points, 31-10 over the San Diego Chargers. And Seattle has the football and an opportunity to run some more time off of the clock.
I think that's what they're going to try to do here, although they are in a one-back set. Colin Bryant, big horse back there in the backfield. That's about as close as they can come to Pete Johnson. Bryant, a weightlifter, over 230 pounds himself, and he can move the pile down there a bit.
Gain of 3. So it'll be 3rd down and 4.
You know, Charlie, they put him into the ball game, I think, here because he rarely coughs that football up. You don't want to fumble, and his numbers are fantastic. He's got those big, strong arms. He just clamps on that football. And we said that Franco wanted 32, and there's the man that was wearing it. Franco said, hey, his number, I'll take 34.
And there is Franco, 14 carries, 46 yards. In rushing offense, the Seahawks 175.
Sacred weapon? But how?
About where they strike on the throat and get that animal down as soon as possible. Otherwise, it can just get up and start running again.
Knowing the speed of this stealthy Apex Alpha, dinner won't get far. Whether it's flamboyant feathers, some flashy fur, markings that can conceal or accentuate. These alphas make competition colorful.
Lauren Betts knowing how to pass out of the double, nearly triple team, and what a cut by Hawkins.
Rebound, foul against Gardner.
Those are the things that make UCLA special. When Betts sees 2-3 players on her, everyone collapses. Look at all eyes are on her. Hawkins was the cut from the weak side. And I think that type of movement is what we haven't seen enough of from the Bruins. They're trying to space things out, yes, and look for three-point shots, but they've got so many great slashers that can cut off the ball.
Hawkins, who grew up wanting to play for UCLA, couldn't have even imagined a game like this, right? For a title on the line in this city, and that is somehow going to go down for Kennedy Smith. What in the world? All we were missing was the trapeze. This game has been wild. The atmosphere has been absolutely volatile in the best way. That's his deep, knocked away by Akunwafo. She is staunch down there. What big minutes she's played in this series. A screen from Akunwafo. Von Oelhoffen knocks it down. That was 94 feet of outside of the box score brilliance from Akunwafo.
Getting after it on the defensive end and then doing the little things offensively to free up her teammates. USC's rolling.
Domino's best deal ever is almost gone. Get any pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Your favorite pizza at our best price. Any pizza and toppings for $9.99. It's Domino's best deal ever, but it's not forever, so get it before it ends this Sunday. Only at Domino's.
Yeah, you know what this is.
These and other instant classics proceeded to shape and define gaming history forever after.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
You're watching Story Television. Every moment tells a story.
He jumped on his horse, rode to the battle, and with no command authority at all except his presence, and people knew who he was, he took command of the battle himself and led attack after attack into the British lines, miraculously was never touched. And finally, as the sun was setting, he led a charge that broke the British lines. And as he rode into the British lines, his horse was shot down, and a musket ball entered his leg, shattering the thigh, and Arnold fell as the sun fell.
Carried from the battlefield, terribly wounded, Arnold was immediately placed under arrest for having disobeyed orders. But the day is won. Burgoyne is finished. His army is soon forced to surrender.
Downstairs and you wanted a glass of water.
Yeah?
Go ahead, ask for it.
Sam, I've told you 100 times, I don't want any part of that nonsense.
Would you rather I ran up and downstairs all day?
No, of course not.
Then, Darren, why won't you let me have the house cooperate with you?
Cooperate?
Please, darling. It'd be so much easier.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
Ask for something.
Anything at all?
Anything we've got.
Do we have any bananas?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Banana! Come! Darren!
You don't have to sound like Tarzan.
Well, I never talked to a banana before. Well, some of us got it. Some of us ain't.
Something's out of whack. I'll go see.
Antenna TV. TV how it was meant to be.
I wouldn't worry. My brother's always been a loser, with or without fire. He's just another weak, ineffectual male.
Aren't they all?
Centurion, keep the fleet close. Have them ready to attack Hongortus on my command. I don't trust this Counselor Combustion.
Why? Because she's a lawyer? Or because you're threatened by powerful, independent women? Yes, sir, right away.
4 points and it's back to 5.
Well, he has been massive from the outset. They take away the interior, which you have to do again where Brown hits a big one.
Eric White surveying. Makes his move on Jokic. Shuts him off. Still with the dribble. Shot clock at 6. White puts up a 3. Puts it in! Derek White, another big play. And it's back up to 8. Murray tries to answer. And does. Jamal Murray.
Seems like I'm moving up. What? What's that? Suspicious looking. This is the police. Show me your ID. Stop thief! Oh, no. I give up. Stop thief in the name of the law.
This is where I like to be. Getting things just right. Especially the sauce.
New KC Masterpiece Honey Teriyaki. All the rich ingredients of our original recipe.
Mm-hmm. This is what it's all about.
Now with a kick of teriyaki and a hint of honey.
Sauce is everything.
Try the sweet, tangy flavor of new KC Masterpiece Honey Teriyaki.
Tonight, there's no official word yet from California or Florida on the winners there, but of course there are plenty of rumors. They now have 178 days left to come forward. David?
All right, more to come. Steve Osunsami in Tennessee. Steve, thank you. And we'll have much more on a special edition of 2020 tonight.
One more car is entering. I'm unable to make out its number yet. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the masked greaser! He caused too many crashes!
Top story, we now join Kelly Lang live downtown.
Kelly Lang here for Channel 3 Island News. A tragic accident has claimed the life of a businessman identified as Stephen Bishop when a huge grand piano fell from the 17th floor of the Mayan Hotel.
What a great way to end Channel Islands National Park. The sun, the waves, the weather, the people, the coastline. I could go on and on forever. See you next time on Parked. I'm gonna go find Jose, maybe hit a few more waves. And that's why we call this the Galapagos.
Don't be afraid to do something like that.
Such long arms, like freaking lanky. Yeah. Are you seeing this right now? This is a giant elephant. And you're going into the belly of this giant elephant.
If you want to give context to the 77 miles of coastline, just take a look at my arms.
What's something I can say at the end besides let's explore? Come on.
Also up next, her name is Katara, and she is ready to find her forever home. We're going to tell you all about this sweet little Australian Shepherd when we come back. 8:21 is your time.
Whoa! With this online-only deal from Buffalo Wild Wings Go, you get 20 boneless wings and fries for $16.99. That's enough to feed you and, like, 2 friends. Or 1 if you're selfish. And I am selfish.
At Dots, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough, so they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you build an all-pretzel pantry with a biometric security system. Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
Recreational dredging and stop the commercial gill netting that was happening around here. You know, that was horrific. What we'd like to see is the noises as a no-take area, because you cannot keep taking or talk about managing something sustainable when it clearly isn't.
Five, 6, 7, and 8. Do it again with your foot flexed. Stretch it out. Use your abs. 1, 2. Keeping the toes down. Don't rotate the foot. Keep the toes down. And 7 and 8. Hips in. Stretch it out. And lift. And 3, 4. I'm sure you're starting to really feel that in the correct place right here. Now you're going to bend your knee, push that leg back, pump it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get ready to change sides. Just stretch out those arms and go. And learn to change sides rapidly so we don't waste time.
One day she went away and didn't come back.
She died or vanished somewhere in one of the labor camps, a nameless number on a list that was afterwards mislaid. That was quite common in those days.
You see that? Well, you're going to be able to see them even better in a minute. See that? These make great little hors d'oeuvres.
The depth of their trance, whether it's some other physiological training they've had, biofeedback, whatever. Clearly, I think it's as if the blood vessels are just stopped, are just clamped off. I prefer to think about rituals like this rather than being somehow primitive. I prefer to think about them as coming from people who have expanded plausibility structures. They have more ways of thinking about possibilities in the world sometimes than we, with our scientific outlooks, have.
Potatoes that I have, just simmering away, and fork tender, as I said. And what we can do is that we can take, well, let's see, we'll get one. Let's see, we'll take two. How about if we take three? We'll take three of these guys, fork tender. Watch this. I'm going to cut this off. Now I got a base. Cut that off. Now I got another base. And I'm going to cut that off. And now I've got another base. I've got this little Parisian scoop. And I'm going to scoop out. Little top right there. I'm going to scoop that out too. See how I just sort of broke it open like that? Just scoop it out. That's okay.
More like 20 million.
But the takeaway is 12 down.
Aramis, he's going to stop moving.
Now, if this is all too formal for you, or perhaps not intimate enough, then undoubtedly the most romantic private dining experience here is called the Sandbar Experience, and begins with a private boat transfer across to the sheltered sandbar in front of the resort. Once ready, one of the team members will come and guide you to the sunken table built specifically for you in the sand that day. So, with the taste of local seafood freshly cooked on the barbecue, the fresh breeze smell, and the romantic feeling created by flickering candles underneath the tropical evening sky, this is an all-round sensory overload you will never forget.
In ancient times, this city in Yemen was a trading port for incense and spices. Adriana.
What is Sana'a?
No, I'm sorry. Shira.
What is Aden?
Yes, another four-letter city.
Let's go women in the Bible, 1200.
The daughter of Herodias requested this gruesome gift from King Herod. Adriana.
What is the head of John the Baptist?
Yes.
Women in the Bible, 1600.
This queen states, "If I perish, I perish," after agreeing to find a way to derail a murderous decree instigated by Haman. Shira.
Who is Esther?
Yes, well done, Rabbi.
Women in the Bible, 2000, please.
Jacob marries Leah after 7 years of hard labor for her dad. After 7 more years of work, he marries this sister of Leah. Adriana.
Who is Rachel?
Good for 2000.
Music of the 60s for 800.
This Aretha Franklin song says, "For 5 long years I thought you were my man, but I found out I'm just a link in your chain." Shira.
What is Chain of Fools?
Chain, chain, chain. That's correct.
Music of the 60s, 1600, please.
All right, here we go. Triple toss-up time. Thing, the category for all 3 of these puzzles. Here is the first. Cindy.
Pressure point.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, Cindy.
2 to go. Let's see what happens. Jennifer.
Boiling point.
Yeah. You get the last $2,000. Cindy?
The point of no return.
That's it. Yeah, good for you.
Involved in any of this. I was forced into, covering all this up. And, I'm actually here because I'm sorry, but Jennifer is insane and she was been harassing me for months and months and months.
No, I'm insane.
Okay, Ms. Lozada.
To come clean.
Why are you harassing the former assistant? Don't you think she's had to deal with enough?
The brand isn't a symbol of luxury. It's a symbol of freedom.
Now in his 80s, the multi-millionaire publisher was being regarded by many in the world as a trailblazer.
Mr. Hugh M. Hefner.
Not only in the field of sexual behavior and individual freedoms, but also for Playboy's contributions to film preservation, mental health issues, and human rights.
Well, we're on time, Mr. Troop. And a sight to see.
Johnny, take a good look. That's the last of the Sioux Nation.
Burger King has a deal for all. $5 duo answers hunger's call. $7 trio, more options for y'all. Which one will you choose? At BK, have it your way.
All right. Oh, I see. It's just a big pipette. Okay. There we are. All right.
It's beautiful color.
Yes.
It's a young wine.
Oh, it's very young. All right. There you are. Okay. Try this and see what's... Isn't that gorgeous?
Tune in, geek out, game on. It's time for E305. Boom! We've got an entire week of the biggest, baddest video game event of the year. G4 is teaming up with IGN to bring you 2 hours a day of live coverage from the show floor. Get ready for huge games and even huger gamers.
It doesn't get any more electrifying than this.
E305 Live, presented by Jeep, starting May 16th at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
To play a significant role in a mission that I think will be one of the most powerful telescopes that we have in the 2020s, and will be some of the most important things our country does in space in that time frame.
With these new eyes in the sky, there seems no limit to our ability to unlock the mysteries of our universe.
On his horse, turns with some momentum, flips a pass. Tomasino lost his stick, kicks it
but it's turned back out by Pasternak. Letang, nice pivot. Tomasino has his stick back. Beecher and Castellan all over Letang. Tomasino spins it around, heads off for a change. Zadorov moves it further by Carlo. Not past Malkin. Nice little move by Malkin away from Kepke. The net empty. Nedeljkovic heads to the bench, and Carlson lost control of the puck. So he's forced to retreat to Hayes, who's the extra attacker. 6 on 5. Coming up on 2 minutes to go. Hayes spins it deep. Rustin on the forecheck. Ties up Carlo. Raquel and Crosby are both there, as is Beecher. 1:50 to go. It pops free. Crosby didn't see it at first. Now recognizes. Back in front. Spun on net. Corpusano makes the save off of Hayes.
Rush was sitting back door as well. If that puck got through, he'd had a tap in.
Hayes fires one. Corpusano makes the save again and pins it up against the outside of the net. And down on one knee. And slow to get up is Ricard Raquel with 1:34 to go.
Got a penalty coming up here to Boston as well.
Oh, that's why. This could be carryover time to overtime with blood on the ice and blood on the eye of Raquel.
Boston, number 45, has a 4-minute double minor for high stickers.
Boy, if Pittsburgh ties this game with the power play.
As you can see, trying to stay in shape is hard work. But traveling all over the world like we do, we have to stay in shape. Because you never know what type of situation we run into, where it's going to take all we got. Like the winter we were up north at Churchill, Canada. We decided to relax and take a cross-country ski trip, but we didn't relax for long. Before we knew it, we were smack dab in the middle of a mess. It all began with the plane crashing out of the sky, carrying a mysterious black box. Before it was over, we were dodging spies on skis, using all of our skills, just like you'll be using in order to solve the mystery of the black box.
Thank you. Welcome back. My guests today say their lovers have done them wrong, and time and again they've had enough. Please meet Sheila. She says she always comes second to her mother's husband. Sheila, what is going on?
Well, Jerry, you know, I was, it all started out, I was walking out to the mailbox, and there was this really, cute guy, and he had a great personality. Everything was going really good.
Like Bump and Jump with swearing. You guys remember Bump and Jump, right? Grand Theft Auto was released to lukewarm reviews and raised a few eyebrows along the way. But we all know what ended up happening to that little series of games.
It's the best you got.
Looking back, GTA's influence is undeniable. It was the game that proved just how exciting life in the big city could really be.
Cosgrove's right. I'm gonna have to go out there and face that thing man to cloud. Or is it teenager to cloud? Or is it... I've never seen Cosgrove so peppy and frisky. This fresh mountain air must really agree with him. Maybe I should get him some for his birthday. Wait a minute. Why am I thinking about this right now? I've got important work to do. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, keep waiting.
It's a wrap.
Huh?
That's sweet.
All customers are equal here.
It was you who invited me here, did you not? Please, remember my name.
That's right, Paparazzi. It's you.
Meatloaf time, 50% pork, 50% ground beef. Breadcrumbs, some kosher salt, parsley, oregano, garlic, black pepper, secret ingredient.
It's like a bouillon of some sort? Beef bouillon?
Yep.
It wasn't secret. Why would you say it then? To see what my sniffer was like?
Yes. Next, relish and mustard, ketchup, garam mirepoix, celery, carrot, and onions. Our eggs. You want to make sure all your meat and your spices are blended.
It's a good workout. I'm getting tired just watching.
Butter our pan.
Yeah.
Pour into the...
It's a lot.
Put the glaze on.
I'll pour the ketchup for you?
Yep.
How's that?
Good. Rub that all over. We sit in a water bath, 375, 3.5 to 4 hours. Ready to slice. A little bit of garnish on the plate.
How many slices?
3.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
What, Ma? The Chex Party Mix is for the guests? Good grief. Don't worry. Now it's so easy. We can make more in 10 minutes. I can't even make toast. Just mix up the Chex and the seasoning, shake it in a bag, and pop it in the microwave. They're not coming? We can't eat the Chex Party Mix? All right. Chex Party Mix. It's so easy and so good.
Always and forever, each moment with you is just like a dream to me that somehow came true. And I know tomorrow will still be the same.
It's good to be bad in Bond's world. GoldenEye, Rogue Agent, rated T for teen.
EA Games.
Notice on our solar panels we put some black tape just to cover it for the lighting. And we can lower the lights in the studio a little bit too, but the ombre effect also matches the flowers. Every color of a flower, it's not just one stale color.
Okay, look at this.
And then when they
right?
move, look when the wind comes.
Oh my goodness.
It's amazing.
These are so pretty.
Yeah,
oh
they
my
dance.
goodness. That's why this is actually my first time. I mean, I've been here for almost 5 years and I've never been able to show these just because truly it's like we bring them in once a year and then they sell out after one show.
I think Valerie is the only host.
That's a video that I
ever.
saw on
Yep.
hsn.com. And I was like, what? When was this? All right. So here's the thing. 3 options that you can choose from. It is a 2-pack that you're getting at this HSN deal price with the free shipping and handling. What I love, too, is that you can separate them. They're bendable. They not only move in the wind, but if you want to stretch them out, they're very flexible, which is nice. All different colors with the exception you get that warm glow on the seashells. The seashells, we just have a few hundred, less than 500 if you want to get the seashells. Then we also have it for you in butterfly.
Adhere to the fabrication, so you could wear this. You could sleep in it and then throw on a blouse and go to work the next day. But the support that you get, the pain relieving properties, because that's the compression, that's the Tommy Copper difference. When you introduce the compression, it's increased blood flow. When you do that, your recovery time will be reduced. If you're sore from a workout or just sore from life or holding kids, or maybe you have a physically hard job, this will help you with pain. Not going to get smelly, as we said. It wicks moisture away. It's 4D stretch, so it stretches in every direction with you, but it never stretches out. The comfort factor here is bar none, and the support that you get in the back